OpenAI might be one of the most valuable companies on earth. It created ChatGPT. It's transforming entire industries, and it's reportedly worth billions of dollars. And yet, you can't buy a single share. Not on Robinhood, not on interactive brokers, not anywhere. So, why is that? Is an IPO coming, or is one of the world's most valuable companies destined to remain private forever? Let's find out. Hi there, I'm Diovolt and welcome back to Capital Insider. Over the past few years, artificial intelligence has gone from a niche technology to arguably the biggest investment story on Wall Street. Companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, and Broadcom have seen enormous gains as investors rushed into anything related to AI. But sitting right at the center of the revolution is OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, and despite all the excitement, ordinary investors still can't own it. So today, we're answering one simple question. Why? So how did we get here? To understand why OpenAI isn't public, we first need to understand how it started. Most billion-dollar companies begin the same way. Someone has an idea, raises venture capital, builds a product, and eventually lists it on the stock market. OpenAI didn't. Back in 2015, it wasn't created to make shareholders rich. It was founded as a non-profit research organization with a much bigger mission: build artificial intelligence safely. That mission shaped everything that followed. As AI research became more expensive, OpenAI needed billions of dollars to continue competing. So the company introduced a unique structure, a for-profit business controlled by the original non-profit. It allowed OpenAI to raise massive amounts of investment without completely abandoning its original mission. It was an unusual solution, and it's one of the biggest reasons an IPO isn't straightforward today. So why does everyone want to buy it? It's easy to understand the excitement. ChatGPT became one of the fastest growing consumer products in history. Millions of people now rely on it every single day. Businesses are integrating AI into workflows, developers are building products on top of their OpenAI models, and governments around the world are investing heavily into artificial intelligence. Naturally, investors want exposure, because if AI is really the next technology revolution, OpenAI is one of the companies leading it. But here's where things become interesting. Every few months, new headlines appear. OpenAI preparing for an IPO. OpenAI could list within a few years. OpenAI's valuation keeps climbing. It's easy to see why people get excited, but there's an important difference between speculation and confirmation. As of today, OpenAI has not announced any plans to go public. There is no official IPO filing, no listing date, no prospectus. Just a lot of speculation driven by the company's incredible growth. That doesn't mean an IPO won't happen. It simply means nobody outside the company knows when, or even if. Hey guys, Studio Diovolt here for a second to tell you about today's sponsor, Weekly. Now if you're anything like me, your life is probably scattered across about 17 different places right now. You've got tasks in your notes app, ideas in your WhatsApp messages you send to yourself at 2 in the morning, random screenshots you'll definitely forget to look at again, 27 browser tabs you swear are important, and somehow a sticky note on your desk that's been there since March. You know that feeling when you know you wrote something down, you just can't remember where. That's exactly why I started using Weekly. Instead of trying another massive productivity system, Weekly is just one place to keep your life together. Your tasks, your notes, your reminders, your budgeting, even your AI assistant. Everything lives in one place, so you're not constantly trying to remember where you saved something. And unlike other apps like Notion, opening Weekly doesn't feel like you've accidentally started a second job. It's simple, it's clean, and it actually helps you feel more organized instead of less. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, head over to myweekly.co.za and use the code CAPITALINSIDER for 15% off. Subscriptions start at just $5 per month, which is about 20% of what you'd be paying for another app. Thanks again to Weekly for supporting the channel. Now let's get back to the video. Now could OpenAI go public? Let's imagine tomorrow morning OpenAI announces an IPO. What happens? Demand would almost certainly be enormous. Retail investors would rush to buy shares. Institutional investors would compete for allocations, and financial news would dominate headlines for weeks. It could become one of the biggest IPOs the market has ever seen. But there's something investors often forget. A great company doesn't automatically make a great investment. History is full of incredible businesses that listed at unrealistic valuations. Some spent years falling before recovering, others never recovered at all. So if OpenAI eventually wants to go public, the real question isn't, can I buy it? It's, what price would actually make sense? But who benefits right now? While everyone waits for an IPO, several public companies are already benefiting from OpenAI's success. Microsoft is the obvious example. Its partnership with OpenAI has incredible strength. It expanded Copilot and positioned the company at the heart of enterprise AI. Then there's Nvidia. Every new AI model requires enormous computing power, and Nvidia's chips have become the industry's preferred choice. Companies building cloud infrastructure, enterprise software, cybersecurity, and AI tools could all benefit from OpenAI's continued growth. So, even though you can't currently invest directly in OpenAI, you can still gain exposure to the broader AI ecosystem. Now, the bigger question. Here's something I don't think enough people are asking. Should OpenAI even become a public company? Because going public changes everything. Quarterly earnings, analyst expectations, shareholder pressure, short-term market reactions, those forces can push companies to focus on immediate results instead of long-term innovation. For a company whose mission is developing artificial intelligence responsibly, that's a fascinating trade-off. Maybe staying private actually gives OpenAI an advantage. Now, here's my take. OpenAI is undoubtedly one of the most important technology companies in the world today. And if it eventually goes public, it will almost certainly become one of the most anticipated IPOs in history. But today, there's still speculation. Instead of chasing rumors, I'd focus on the companies already generating real revenue from the AI boom. Because while everyone waits for OpenAI, the AI revolution is already happening, and investors don't necessarily need an OpenAI IPO to benefit from it. One day, OpenAI may finally ring the opening bell on Wall Street, or it may remain private for years to come. Either way, its impact on technology, business, and investing is already impossible to ignore. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like, subscribe to Capital Insider, and let me know in the comments. Would you buy OpenAI stock on day one, or would you wait for the hype to settle? Thank you for watching this video, and as always, happy investing.